Guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, whichever you see today, and I've been talking about this a lot on my Discord. I've been wanting to do this for a while, just finding the time for it. It feels like, how many months ago is it now? January, February, March, April, May. So yeah, it's about 5 months since I actually saw this show. But I want to talk about all the shows that I'm gone to and going to this year. And of course, Quartz was the first. So yeah, this is going to be kind of like just me talking about the whole experience, kind of going through the songs. I'll be using footage as well. I believe it's Room of Mirrors. Let me just double check. I'll be looking at my phone a few times, guys, because I got notes to try and have a bit of organization for a change. The Room of Mirrors. So I'll be using Room of Mirrors for the footage. Big love to Room of Mirrors for it. I looked at the footage and it's awesome, as you'll see, and I love the fact that it's from a balcony, because the bit of a pet peeve for me, and one of the worries that I had going into these shows this year, because the shows that I'm going to talk about over the next few weeks is 롤링쿼츠 to begin with, and then I saw Everglow, then Dreamcatcher, and then it's going to be IU, who I see next month. One of the worries I had was the whole phone thing. So I don't think there's anything wrong with people taking phones to film fan cams or whatever it might be at these shows, as long as there's a bit of an etiquette to it. I'm not a big fan of people holding their phones high, or anything like that. And I'm actually going to talk about an experience in one of the shows I just mentioned. Thankfully, it's not 롤링쿼츠. I'm going to talk about an experience like that, which sadly had a bit of a negative effect on the whole experience to begin on the whole, and it was to do with that. I just think that people should maybe think about the fact that there's people behind them. There may be people a lot shorter than them. When I go to these gigs, I will look behind me to see if there's like someone that's quite a bit shorter than me or something like that. I'm 6'1", so I'm quite tall. And then I'll offer them to go in front of me if they want to. Which not everybody has to do that, I understand, but like holding your phone like that, again, I'll talk about it in one of the other experience videos. Thankfully, it's not the case with Quartz. But what I was going to say about Room of Mirrors is that the fan footage you can see from this show is all from the balcony. So from the balcony, I'd imagine they weren't getting in anybody's way. I will say I was 4th row, slightly to the left. I'll probably point it out somewhere in the footage right now, it was a really good spot. It was like 4 rows back, and everybody in front of me, there's a few people that had, not everybody, there's a few people that had phones phones on, but they were so cool with it. They had like head height and everything like that. Nobody got in each other's way. Everybody that I was aware of could see. So I think that that's great to have. So yeah, I will be talking about the other side of that, sadly, in one of the other show experiences, but it's not the 롤링쿼츠 one, so enough of that for now. So yeah, start to do right. So how I got to the show, not literally how I drove there and everything like that. You guys don't need to know about that. So 롤링쿼츠 is a band that I heard through Dreamcatcher. I think Dreamcatcher is a bit of a bridge for a lot of people for 롤링쿼츠, because of course 롤링쿼츠 did the Goodnight cover, a Dreamcatcher song. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And then I saw that cover and I was like, oh, wow. I don't wanna TikTok, oh baby. The Rizalian I checked out next, which of course is another cover. Or Holler, which I love that song. And I was just insanely impressed with them from the off. Loved their energy, loved the presence that they have on screen, which I know is a funny thing to say with a band, but you see how much they like engage with the camera in their music videos and everything. And the music, like they're such a great band, such talented musicians. Jai Young, amazing singer, and I'm going to talk about that for this. Don't worry about that. And yeah, I was like, I was really enjoying their stuff. Like anytime I checked out a video, I was like, wow. And I hear they were coming to London. As you may tell from the accent, I live in South Wales, so it's a bit of a trek. It's not too bad. It's a bit of a trek. It's like a 4-hour drive. to London and everything like that. But I'd gladly take it to see, see the shows that I'm going to talk about over the next few weeks. And yeah, I was like, I heard they were coming to it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, it'd be sweet to see them if I can. And then Fearless came out. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need to see them. Fearless, for anybody that doesn't know, I do a top 50 at the end of every year. I've only been doing this for a year, but at the end of last year, I did a top 50 where basically I get all the songs I listened to in that year, somehow break them down into 50, and Fearless was one of them. Actually, Azalea was too, but Fearless was pretty high in that top 50. If you want to see that, by the way, it's a free exclusive on my Patreon. You do not need to be a paid member. Links in the description as always for that. But yeah, that song came out, and I was like, I was like tempted. Then Fearless came out, and I was like, oh, I'm going. It was one of those things, So I turned up, at the show and everything like that. Actually got recognised for the first time. I spent the gig with a few people who were subscribers who were absolutely lovely, and everything like that. Made the experience even better for me. And we headed in because I had a sound check. I got a sound check add-on, which, by the way, my add-on, all my add-ons. So the sound check, the high touch, the meet and greet, and the group photo was all sorted by an incredibly generous subscriber and patron that I have. It's K-pop in Utah. Thank you so much. Because God, the experience that I had, it was an amazing show, and everything like that, which I paid for myself. But all the add-ons were from K-pop in Utah, and it made the experience like something I'll never forget, which I'll get into afterwards. So yeah, we go in, the sound check's so chill. That's not going to be in the footage because the footage is only from the show. But they were so chill. They were obviously aware that we were there. They were super nice. But it was a sound check. You watch them do a sound check, which was a really cool behind the scenes aspect to it. And something I noticed kind of straight away is first off how there'll be a bit of simping in this video, guys. How absolutely beautiful they all are, which I know is probably obvious to say, but my God, they're so beautiful in person. If you think they're beautiful, on screen, it doesn't do justice how beautiful they are in person. But no, I noticed with RM, right? So RM, I heard she's pretty shy. And quite introverted as well. I'm kind of ambiverted, so sometimes I'm introverted, sometimes extroverted. And I was just, I don't know what it was. I was kind of captivated by her. And as they were preparing to sound check the instruments, I could see how nervous she was, right? And by the way, me pointing this out, it's for a very good reason. And anything like that. It's not to point out someone's nerves or anything like that. There will be, a good reason why I'm mentioning this. And I was just I instantly felt so much empathy for her. She was, you could tell she was, breathing and everything like that. And it was so, there was so much humility in it. Because I know how talented she is, and it's crazy seeing the person in the music videos who's this, she's got so much charisma, she got so much presence, she's such a badass when she performs. Not only performs on the bass, but performs to the camera and everything, they all are. And I was just watching her, and I was just like, wow. And to see the transformation as soon as the music started, and she just took on this, persona, I was in awe. I was just flawed, because to kind of link it to myself in some way. I'm an actor, right? I've done plays, I've done theatre, and I don't get nervous a lot, but I get nervous for theatre because learning lines and everything, it's pain. And I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, that's what I do. like, and people may not guess that, you know, and especially for her, who's like, you know, someone who's an actual, like, you know, proper musician, celebrity, and everything like that. And it made her so relatable to me, and I actually welled up. Nearly well, I'm not talking about it now. I actually welled up seeing it, because it was just seeing this person who, like, loves what she does so much, even if I don't want to say it's like a struggle for her to get rid of the nerves and everything like that. By the way, she nailed everything. But it was such a human moment to start things off. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, especially when she started and you were like, God, she's such a badass. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a moment that really stuck with me, and I don't know if she'll ever see this, but I want to say how amazing I think she is, and how, you know, obviously I'm sure she was in her own zone at that point, like, you know, with everything, but kind of, I don't know, like sharing that with everybody, and God, yeah, I don't know, I just felt a lot closer to her after that. So I wanted to mention that. And the soundcheck, they did some amazing solos and everything like that, with mind-blowing. It was kind of like a preview to what we were going to get afterwards. And I will say one thing as well, 롤링쿼츠, man, they were on time. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we were waiting long. Like, you know, some of the shows I've been to this year, we were waiting a while. It wasn't exactly on time, let's say. When those other shows started, it didn't matter because it was so phenomenal, which I'll get into in the future. But, like, it was really cool to, like, everything be on time, not waiting so much and everything like that. So, right, I'm going to look at my notes now, because this is when the show kicks off. So, Irie, I was like, she was wearing, like, this shirt. And it was like a green tie, and I was like, I tried to look closer, and I was like, is she a Slytherin? I was just thinking, if there's one person in the world that I would think is not a Slytherin, Slytherin, of course, being a house in Harry Potter, for anybody that doesn't know, and is normally seen as the bad house of the 4 houses of Hogwarts. And I was just like, Irie, the person who smiles all the time, like, seems like the sweetest person in the world, is a Slytherin. I love it. I love it. By the way, I'm a Slytherin as well, so make that what you will. But yeah, I just thought that was great, and I thought it was a really nice touch. So they started off, guys, with Seven Nation Army, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Higher, Burn to the Ground, We Will Rock You, as the intro. And this is when I instantly was like, wow, Jia Young is an unbelievable frontwoman. Absolutely one of the best I've ever seen, and I've been to some gigs, guys. Let's say, I've been really lucky to see some amazing acts in my life. But the way she instantly was interacting with the crowd, like even the shapes, you know, they say with the front people, like in bands, like the shapes they pull, the confidence and everything like that. She was so engaged with the audience and everything like that, and she was so confident without any touch of arrogance. And to think now that, you know, they're a Korean rock band, they've come over from Korea. They're in a country where, like, I think Hanjang maybe at least close to fluent in English. I'm not sure, but, like, you know, they come to a country where they're not super fluent in the language and everything like that. And Jia Young was instantly, I was just like, she's amazing. You know, I was always impressed with her voice in the music videos and, like, the songs that I've heard from them. But there was something about seeing her live. She was unbelievable. Like, again, I've been to some shows. She's one of the best, like, live voices I've heard in ages. Like, she was incredible. So yeah, instantly amazing with the crowd. All those covers, by the way, the Seven Nation Army, I think, you know, it's a classic riff. For Whom the Bell Tolls, I love the fact that they did that. Higher, I wasn't familiar with, but that was really cool. Burn to the Ground, I think, get a bit nerdy with this, I think was linked to, like, the WWE, wasn't it? Used for a theme or something like that for WWE, I don't know. And of course, We Will Rock You was perfect choice to use in the UK, in England. Yeah, they were incredibly tight as a band. Awesome, like I said, awesome stage presence. They have awesome screen presence and stage presence. Like, you'll see this in the music videos, how much they engage with the camera. Like, you know, each one of them, even though they're playing the instruments and everything like that, they're always so engaged with the camera. And I've noticed as well in the music videos, and I saw it actually on stage happening before my eyes, they choreograph in some ways, as far as like their movements and everything like that. You know, it's like their movements are really so well thought out that they're choreographed to, like, when it's on beat, like, let's say, move the guitar that way or something like that. Like, they're almost dancing with the instruments. It's really cool to see up close. All the different members were so engaging with the crowd. Like I said, like, that was so special about seeing RM with the sound check. And the people who weren't at the sound check wouldn't have had a clue. She was nervous because she was so, like, I was a little bit in love, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit in love with all of them, but I think seeing RM as well and feeling that empathy, like, she was so captivating as a performer and everything like that, and obviously killing her on the bass. But yeah, like, it was so cool to see that same person, like, just being a badass and everything like that. So Rock and Roll Paradise was the first official song that they did, and Younghyun, she did a drum solo. I'll just say that. She did an amazing drum solo, and, like, the sound of this venue was really good as well. The venue was, it was very intimate. It was like, the way I'd see it, it was like a big bar. Like, that's where it was like a bar with, like, quite a big stage. That's where I'd see this. So it was really nice to have that sort of intimate experience. I said this on the night to the people that I was talking to there. Like, as awesome as it was for them to be in this intimate experience and to be in this intimate experience with them, they should be doing venues like 10 times the size with how talented and awesome they are, to be honest. And I hope they get to it. But yeah, it was like still really cool to have that intimate experience, I'd say. So yeah, Rock and Roll Paradise was great. Then, of course, they did the members' introductions. So they kind of had these, like, solo moments of, like, you know, doing, like, a guitar solo, a bass solo, a drum solo, and everything like that. While Jaeyoung was, introducing them, which was a really nice touch. Oh, it was so good. So during these solos, they teased Blaze. They teased the intro for Blaze. And, like, they would kind of play in the same section over and over. And then once all the members were introduced, they just transitioned into Blaze, and it was so cool. So cool. So yeah, it was such a nice transition. Then they did another cover, so it was Bad Romance. It was awesome. Jaeyoung, like, her voice suited that so much. I think Bad Romance is an amazing song, to be fair, from Lady Gaga. Because there'll be some songs I talk about here with covers that I've never heard before, and some that I have. Yeah, it's like probably the best cover I've heard of Bad Romance, to be honest. It was incredible. Misery Business, talk about a cover suiting them so well. I thought they nailed it. I think, again, that's another really great song, but man, does that song suit *롤링쿼츠. Big time, I would say. And then I think Irie had some words to say. Oh, man. Again, sorry for the simping, guys. She's protect her at all costs.
We only met online, right? So it's good to see you in person. I think somebody already know this. One of my favorite bands is Oasis. And when I was young, I used to watch the telly series Doctor Who. I'm so happy to visit the United Kingdom. Thanks to everyone. And thank you for coming to see us today.
She just, as usual, smiling through everything, being incredibly sweet to us. She did an Oasis reference, and like, you could tell, and this goes for all of them, all the members, but specifically here for Irie, they literally were so happy to see people there, you know, and I'll actually mention that firsthand, hearing about that in a second, but they were so like appreciative for people being there, and you could tell how much they love doing this and everything like that. Like, and it's so great to see that. And she's just, her smile lights up the world, not the damn room. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just, God, amazing. And then Younghyun is like probably how do I say this? She's probably the most intimidatingly cute person I've ever seen in my life, and I don't mean intimidating in any negative way there. I just mean that she's so pretty and so cute naturally without even trying to be, that I was just like shaking my head in amazement. Do you know what I mean? She's so sweet. And God, she's a great drummer. I think I mentioned this a few times in the 롤링쿼츠 videos. I used to play the drums. I haven't played for years, sadly. I'd probably be terrible at this stage if I ever picked them back up. But she's awesome. They're such a tight band. Like, they're so tight with like the other instruments and everything like that. Like, nothing's out of place. Like, there was no, like, even though I don't care if there's a slight mistake, I love that live aspect of music anyway. There's nothing close to a mistake in doing this whole show, guys. They're so great for that. The crowd was awesome, by the way. The crowd was really good. Like, everybody was super supportive. Nobody was being any idiots. Like I said as well, the phone thing, I was really appreciative of, because even someone at 6'1", guys, like me, if you have a phone up like that, I can't see either. You know, so even selfishly thinking like that, I can't see. So yeah, awesome crowd. They did another intro. It was like this really epic intro, and I was trying to figure out what was coming next. Like, I was like, oh, is it going to be a cover? And it was D-Light. I wish that intro was kind of like in the official track for D-Light as well, to be totally honest. Awesome. It sounded even better live, I think, that song. I think that's a great song anyway, but it sounded even better live. And then, you know, one of my favourite songs, like I mentioned earlier, one of my favourite songs from *롤링쿼츠*, Holla. Holla, man. I had goosebumps all over doing the whole song, but in particular, like I've said, and I've said this on the channel in other videos too, Holla is one of the best bridges of any song I've heard on this channel so far. It is absolutely, like, the song is great, and then the bridge happens, and it just is like, oh, this song's even greater now, it's amazing. The way that the violins and everything come into it, but hearing it live, like, obviously it would have been even better if the violins were there, but that's fine. But hearing it live, oh my God, there's so many goosebumps up my body and everything like that. So yeah, it's one of my favorite songs. It's probably my favorite song of the show. I'd say maybe, as far as like seeing it live, maybe there is something else though. Then they played Metal Heart. I've never heard that before. It's one of the covers not heard before. It was great though. Hope I'm pronouncing this right. Ziti Ibioni was another cover I've heard, not heard before. Not the original song. They did it great. And then this is again when they started to talk a bit. So it was RM's turn to talk. Like I said, I'm a little bit in love. I just like, I don't know. I like, ever since that moment of the sound check, I was just like, God, there's like, she's awesome. Absolutely awesome. She was really sweet with us. Again, you could tell that she's, you know, she's quite introverted and stuff like that, but she was really like making an effort to like show her appreciation to the crowd and everything like that. And here's the thing as well, is as nervous as she was, you could tell that she loves it. Like she was owning that stage, like owning that stage. She's so, I was talking about the choreography and everything like that. The way that she moves when she plays the bass, it's so engaging. Because like normally with a bass player, I mean, I don't want to like put bassists into a type here, but you know, they're normally the cool ones, and she's cool as hell. But like they're normally pretty still, but like pretty still as in body, but their fingers like moving like crazy there. But like she, like the movement she does and everything like that, I was just captivated.
나도 사랑해요. Okay. It's my first time in London. I think it's going to be a very happy memory. I won't forget this happiness. Keep going together. 감사합니다. 사랑해요.
So yeah, Hunjung talked then again. This is where I realised, oh, she's awesome at English. Like this is, I don't know if she's fluent, but I don't know if she's close. She's got very good English though, and yeah, she was really sweet with us too.
Hello everyone. It's so nice to meet you in London. Are you enjoying the concert? Thank you for making happy memories for me. And we still have a lot of concerts left. Are you ready to play with us? Really? Okay, let's do it!
Then so I wear this shirt a lot, as you guys may notice. I was wearing my Nirvana shirt. And it was pretty cool at this moment because they started to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now, I will say this about Smells Like Teen Spirit. I think Smells Like Teen Spirit gets a bit of a bad rap these days. I know a lot of people say it's one of the most overplayed songs ever made, to the point that, you know, Nirvana themselves hated playing it. But this is the thing I'd say, for great songs like that, which are overplayed, if you go a while for not listening to them, and then you hear them again, almost fresh, you get reminded on why they were overplayed in the begin with, because they're so amazing. And Smells Like Teen Spirit's an amazing song. I'm sorry, like I'll say that till the end of my days. It's an amazing song, and they nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. So it was really cool to hear that, and I was like, oh my god, the Nirvana shit. And then they did Goodnight, which again is kind of like the start of my journey with 롤링쿼츠, because I was curious about the whole Dreamcatcher factor. And again, as someone who is quite a big fan of Dreamcatcher, to see a Dreamcatcher song live by an amazing band, and them doing an amazing cover of it, was a pretty awesome experience, to be totally honest. So yeah, they like Jaeyoung was kind of teasing like the next song, and she was like, you know, what do you want to hear, and they were doing this intro, and again, not familiar with the intro. I was like, what are they going to do here? And then they did the song that caused me to go to the show, that pushed me over the fence to go to the show, which was Fearless, and it was mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. Like that song in general, I think that song for me so far is their masterpiece. So far in their discography, and hearing it live, like I adore that song. It's so great. And this is again when Jaeyoung was like showing how she's such a great singer. She's got so much power in her voice too, by the way, which is like, that gave me goosebumps a lot of time too. But she's so good as a front woman. Like, she's awesome. She's so good at it. Like, and this was another song where she was showing the example of that. And then they did Azalea, which was again like another one of the early songs that I fell in love with. I know it's a cover. I still need to hear the original, by the way. I've not heard the original. I kind of been scared to because of how much I love 롤링쿼츠's cover. And yeah, it was a bit of a different arrangement, like when it started, but it was still great, and everything like that. Switched it up a little bit, and I think the song's great. I think the riffs are great. I think the drums are great. The bass is great. But for me, this is Jaeyoung's song, for me personally, because she always blows my mind with Azalea, and like I said, she's unbelievable live. Unbelievable live. Like, my God. And they were 110% live, guys, by the way. Like, there was no backing track that I could hear or anything like that. They were 100% live. Then they did Pink Drop. Of course, great as a Blackpink fan to see them do that cover live as well. That was awesome. Then we had a bit of a sing-along with Jaeyoung. So she was like getting us. I think she started with the lads first, had them singing some melodies, then the ladies, and then all of us together. And again, always keeping us engaged. She in particular, all of them were great engagement with the crowd. Like, you felt, because this was quite an intimate gig as well, you felt that, like, it was funny at times because I was just grinning ear to ear, like, watching this, and you felt like sometimes they were looking at you grinning. Like, do you know what I mean? You felt like sometimes you were grinning like an idiot, and like they were looking at you, and like, because I was quite close too, and I'm quite tall, and I'm sure that loads of other people too felt that, where they were just like they would just like go with it like that, like they're looking back at them. It was crazy. One thing I mentioned. So throughout the show, RM would throw throw a plectrum into the audience. So the first time she threw it into the audience, I think Bric-a-Brac, who's going to be in the comment section for this, I'm sure, may have caught it. I think you'll have to correct me. And then she threw it again, and this is where I need to start telling a bit of a different story that happened this night. So I was doing all this enjoyment, all this dopamine, guys. I was in agony. I was wearing these shoes, right? I don't know what it was, but my left foot was killing me. Absolutely killing me. We hadn't even been standing up that long. Like, it was just killing me. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm in a lot of pain here. Like, I'm going to have to change something about this. So I can't believe I'm admitting this. I'm so sorry to the people who were around me. If you noticed, I took my shoes off. I couldn't help it, guys. I was in agony, right? So there's me in my socks in a show in public, right? And my shoes are there, and I was just like, I hope no one notices. And it's like that. So I subtly took my shoes off, right? Because again, I was just trying to relieve some of the pain that was in my left foot in particular. So RM throws the second plectrum into the crowd. I think it hits me on my shoulder. And it goes onto the floor, and it literally goes right next to my left foot with my shoes off. So, like, the people in front of me, of course, they got their phones, they got their torches on their phones, and they just go, whoop, and they just show my feet straight away. And like, I don't know, nobody said anything to me, but people see that I've got my shoes off and everything like that. This gentleman who was right at the front row, he turned to me and he saw that, it was the plectrum was right next to me, and he was like, "Oh, can I please have it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course you can." So she threw it in again, and then it went to the person right next to me. Like, so she's kind of thrown it in the same area. It went to the person right next to me, who was one of my subscribers, who was absolutely loved it throughout the whole show. And And, you know, of course she had it. And I was just like, it's just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. So the show goes on. Anyway, so yeah, just remember that for a moment. The show goes on. Sing Your Heart Out, another song I've never heard, but the cover was great. And then I think this was the moment where Aaron was like, okay, I'll throw one more plectrum into the crowd. And there is, I don't know if it's going to focus. Is it going to, come on, focus. Is it one of the, oh, that's what you need to do. Dexter. And that is RM's plectrum. So the last one, it was like fate. And how that happened is it hit my shoulder again. And it went to the floor, and I just kind of like put my right foot above it. I just put it under my foot, and then just went, oh right, I just need to straighten, you know, and just picked it up like that. So yeah, this is RM's plectrum. So awesome little souvenir from the show. And then Encore, they came back out in these shirts. So I will, there you go. I'll show you the back in a moment as well, guys. Actually, I'll do that now. So yeah, amazing shirts. First Korean merch. I'd want to say K-pop because of course it's K-rock. First Korean merch I've ever had, except for albums, and it's beautiful t-shirts. Fits really well, and they came out in those. I think they're great tour shirts, and yeah, like it was an awesome encore. They played Helena by My Chemical Romance. I was never into My Chemical Romance too much, but I was just with her at this point, and I thought they did great with the cover. So the show ends, but that's not the end of the story. Quite a bit of stuff happened, because remember, I got these add-ons. I got the meet and greet, the high touch, the group photo. So show ends. All the doping, we're all buzzing, but I'm in absolute agony at this point with my left foot, and I was like, right, I need to put my shoes on. Put my shoes back on. So like I look to my left, and there's the wall, and I was like, right, I'll just sit against the wall or something like that. Put them on there. And everybody now at this point is kind of queuing up, because the first thing that's going to be done is the high touch. And I was like, against the wall like that, and I sat down, and as soon as I sat down, I just started breathing heavy. Like sweat just started to pour down my head, and I just started to go down like that, and I was like, I felt like I was going to pass out. So there's a reason I'm laughing. So I'm literally now on the floor, like my head on the floor like this, and I'm just like, it's pretty scary, to be fair. To be fair, like I don't know what caused it, what caused that pain in my feet, and what caused me to nearly pass out. And this poor lady, I never got her name. This poor lady, so the bar's right here, so my head is like just inches away from the bar, and I think the people in the queue were looking at me like, oh god, who the hell is this drunk? Because I probably look drunk at this point. I probably look incredibly legless, like, you know, just like me, like lying on the floor, like that. Like people just thought I was probably drunk off my ass, and I hadn't had one, you know. And this poor lady, like I was just like I was desperate for water, and I was just kind of like knocking her leg like that. I was like, excuse me, can you just get me a glass of water, because she's right by the bar. So they get me a glass of water, I have a little bit of it, and the bar lady is like, do you want me to call an ambulance? And I was like, no, I think I'll be alright. And I said, water's important, guys. Help me out straight away. So I stood back up. I'm still sweating bullets. And I started to feel a bit better, and like I just as soon as I stood up, I started talking to the lady who got me the water, and I was like, oh, thank you so much, and we just started talking about K-pop. Like nothing happened. I think she realized at that point, oh, you're not drunk, and I was like, no, I was just in a lot of pain there, like, you know. And the guy next to me, there was a guy to my left, and he was like, well done, man. And I think he thought I sobered up. It's just like, no, I was just in a lot of pain. So yeah, I was talking to this lady, and we were talking about different groups and everything like that, and it was great. Big love to her, because again, she could have easily thought, who the hell is this weirdo who's like knocking my leg, you know, looking like he's drunk and all this, and she was super helpful, and again, the bar lady too. So I have no idea what happened there, guys. I've been thinking about it ever since, to be totally honest, what the hell happened there. So I'm in the queue at this point now. We're in the queue for the high touch. I've never done a high touch before. And, you know, we're in the queue, we go up. And of course, the high touch is, of course, kind of like, it's a high touch. It is with each of the members. And it goes like that. And, like, I mean, obviously, I was pretty close to them, 4th row. They were on the stage. Again, sorry to simp. It's stupid how beautiful they all are. Like stupid, like how beautiful they all are. And I give a big smile, they give a big smile back. And then of course we went to the back of the queue, and if we had another add-on, we went into the queue to do another thing. And then the next thing was the group photo, which you'll see on screen in a moment. So we're queuing for that. Again, it's very quick, very quick. I think they took 2 shots. Most people did it with a phone. I did mine with my camera because my phone lens doesn't work. So I go up to them and I go in the middle, as you're going to see in the photograph, and there's my leg. There's my leg. I don't know what it was. Subconsciously, I think I was just like, I think out of respect, I want to be the same height as them, because otherwise, I mean, the height difference would be absolutely nuts. You know, like it's cool. It was really cool to have that photograph with them and everything like that. And then something very cool happened. I started to walk away to rejoin the queue again. I thanked them because I was rejoining the queue because I was going to do the signing of the album, which, by the way, I have here. I have not opened this up. I've had this since January, and I knew I was going to do this video. I have not opened it up. Patience, that is, folks. Like, honestly, I have not, like, I've never seen, there's literally little bits of dust on this because it's been waiting to be opened, right? And I'll do an unboxing of sorts in a moment. So yeah, I rejoined the queue, but just before that, rejoined the queue, like, Bric-a-Brac, who was there, one of my subs, like, and a few of the guys were like, behind you. So I turned, and I didn't realise I was being kind of followed for someone to talk to me. And there was this Korean gentleman, and he was like, you know, he had this big smile, and he was like, thank you so much. And I was like, just thinking, oh, what have I done? And he was like, thank you so much for your videos. And I was like, wow, oh wow, my pleasure. And then he said who he was, and he said how he's the CEO and the producer of 롤링쿼츠. And I was just like, you know, it's that moment of like trying to play it cool, but I was probably failing miserably. He was so lovely, man. Such a lovely man, obviously incredibly talented. And he was like, oh, you're just saying, you know, like, thank you so much, because, like, you know, and because that's the thing, guys, is that for anybody that doesn't know, I don't make any money on YouTube. Like, I don't make anything, because I don't pause, because I just listen to the music and everything like that. Any revenue that my videos would get, my reaction videos, goes to that original artist. It goes to the original YouTube channel. So everything in this case goes to 롤링쿼츠. And I think he'd seen the Fearless reaction, because I lost my mind, because Fearless is Fearless. And I think he really appreciated, because again, my reactions, I have a lot of pride in the fact that they're genuine, guys. And I think he was really appreciative, because it did quite well, my reaction video for that too. There's a lot of people in the comments too, I think, for that, who were like, I've never heard 롤링쿼츠, I need to listen to them more. And I think a lot of people have gone into them since, which is, I mean, so cool that happens on this channel. Like, that I'm able to get, like, some of these artists a bit, like, with a tiny, you know, like, the reach that I have, like, to get them a bit more, exposure is really cool. So yeah, for the CEO and producer to come up to me, be incredibly humble, and thank me like that and recognize me as well, like, because I didn't realize I had the same shirt that I always have, the Nirvana shirt as well. And I was just like, I walked to the back of the queue, and that was one of those moments of like, I can't believe that just happened. So again, K-pop in Utah, like without you gifting me those add-ons, that wouldn't have happened, and that meant a lot to me. That was an amazing moment for me there. And again, what a lovely man. Right, guys, yeah, from then on, it was queuing back up, and it was the signing of the album. So I'm probably gonna, I'll talk about the signing first, and then I'll finally open it months afterwards. So they were all sat down. This was the first fan signing I've ever done of any kind as well, which was really cool. They gifted the staff gave us the album first before we went up to them. And I think I got the order right for this. So Hanjung was first. She was incredibly lovely again, really good English and everything like that. Then it was Jaeyoung. There was a moment with Jaeyoung. I don't want to say this definitely happened. There's a moment with Jaeyoung, and the way she looked at me, like there was a moment of like recognition or something there. Again, I may be completely off. Take that with a pinch of salt. But there was just a moment of recognition or something like that. And again, I know she just saw me a second ago. And I think the CEO was like, he was reminding them, because he was like whispering in their ear when I came up to the table. And yeah, they may have just been super appreciative, and like he told them that, you know, I reacted to some of the videos and stuff like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, there was with Jaeyoung, there's a bit of recognition. She was so cool, so she's awesome, man. And then RM, who again, a little bit in love, and I was just telling her how much I love her channel, and she got super shy. She got super shy about it, and she couldn't really make eye contact with me. And because I think she got a lovely channel, of course, her vlog channel that she has and everything like that. And yeah, it was she's lush, man. She's great. And then it was, oh my god, Irie. And Irie was just looking up at me, and she was just like, you know, thank you so much for coming to see the show. And I was just like, and she was just smiling ear to ear, and I was just like, I turned into like a young teenage boy talking to a pretty girl. And I say that as a 30-plus-year-old guy. But I just like, she was so, and you could tell that, I'm sure she said that to a lot of people that were queuing up for that fan sign, but I bet that every time she said that, she was, and like she was fully looking at me the whole time. There was no like, you know, oh, thank you for coming to the show, thank you. Like, she was like, thank you for, like, full, oh my god, man. I was melting. It's one thing to see Irie smile on a screen for an MV. For her, have her smile at you, and for her to thank you for coming to the show, it's like, no, thank you. Do you know what I mean? Thank you. So yeah, she was, oh. Her smile, man. I can't handle it. And then Younghyun. I'm telling you now, as I said earlier, probably one of the most intimidatingly cute people I've ever seen in my life. She is so pretty. Like, so pretty. It's insane. It's insane. And she was like, because the thing is, I think I was still melting a little bit after talking to Irie. Because this is quite fast still, guys. This is the slowest process, I would say, out of the meet and greet in general, the add-ons. But they have a bit more words with you than the other things that we do. And Younghyun was, again, similar to Irie, just saying, oh, thank you so much for coming. I was like, you guys, and I was just like, you guys nailed it. Like, it was such an amazing show. And she was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, oh my god, I'm melting. I know, guys, super simp. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm sure if you were in my position too, I'm telling you now, you would be pretty similar. I'm telling you now. Like, you think when you're walking out, be like, oh, you know, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. And then you talk to these lovely, talented, humble, beautiful people, and it's like, head's gone. So yeah, she was speechlessly beautiful. Is that a good way to say it? Speechlessly beautiful? I don't know, but you probably know what I'm talking about. And so lovely. They were all so lovely, man. So humble. I honestly, and I mean this, I really try to spread the word about 롤링쿼츠, because I think, even before I found out how lovely they are as people, because they're just so talented. Like, I love any time they put out original music. Don't get me wrong, I love their covers, and they nail the covers that they do. But I love the original stuff they do, and I love the fact that there's more and more of it coming out. And I really hope they get more and more success. I like Fearless, the MV for Fearless. I think I could be wrong. Was it the first video of theirs to pass 1 million? It was, I believe, it was the quickest. I know that for certain. I think, but I don't know. Besides that, but like there are other songs too. Like, I really try to spread the word about them, because I don't like using this term a lot anymore. But they're crazy underrated. Like, they should be much more well known, I think. And like I said, it was awesome to be in that intimate gig with them. It was awesome to have the ability to have those moments with them, the meet and greet, because these bigger groups, these bigger bands, you know, they don't do meet and greets like this, because there's so much, you know, they're so popular, so there's so many people there that, you know, would take hours and hours and hours to do it. And it took a while to do this, you know, there's still a lot of people doing it here. So it's a catch-22 with that a little bit. So, like, you know, if they get a lot bigger, us fans won't have maybe as more of those moments as we could, if that makes any sense. But at the same time, sorry to say this, guys, I'd prefer them to have more success, you know, and everything like that. Even if it means less fan interactions, I want them to have more success. If they can have both, awesome. But I want them to have more success, and I really hope they get it. So, final thoughts. Awesome show. Like, and I was in pain, guys. Like, I was in pain, but I don't think about that now. I think about it now to tell you the story. It's probably going to be the last time I tell that story, because that show, when I think back to it, it's not about my stupid hurting foot. It's about the fact that I saw an insanely talented band that have come across the world to perform for us. A band that I really wish all the success in the world for, and who are lovely people, insanely talented, and the songs that they covered were brilliant. The original songs were awesome. They were they're so tight as a band too. The sound was great. Seeing their beautiful faces, loving what they're doing. It was a really special show. It was a great way to start this year off, because again, it was late January, this show was. And again, it was awesome meeting the people, a few people, subscribers from my channel too, because that was the first time meeting any, like, to be recognized, like, oh, you're the guy on YouTube. I was like, what? That was the first time, so that blew my mind. But like, going back to 롤링쿼츠, like, I will continue to support them. Funny I should say that, because first off, I just realised, imagine if I went through the video without actually opening this thing up. I never would have forgiven myself. So, right, I've literally not opened this since. There are the signatures. Beautiful album. Lovely signatures there, as you can see, that they were doing there. Photo cards are trying to fall out. I'm trying not to spoil myself. This is like wow. So yeah, again, I've not looked at this at all, guys. Really nice design, the black, white and reds. Oh, there's messages. There's messages here too. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I'll read these. So this is Hanjung. I love the fact they're in English too. My dearest Diadem, who I am always grateful for. We put a lot of effort into this song, and we're so happy. This is for Fearless, of course. And we're so happy to play it for you. We made such a great song that it's become our favourite song. Same. I hope you like it too. Haha. The music video is going to come out great. It did. So please show it a lot of interest as well. Please do. Thank you so much, Diadem, for always showing us your love and beauty. I hope you're always healthy and happy. Love you. RM, we've been working on this song for a long time. Finally, after a long arrangement process, I'm excited that Diadem will hear it. The music video was fun to shoot too. Please show Fearless a lot of love. The moment of RM in the rain in the Fearless video is so cool. It's one of my favourite music video moments of last year, I would say. Jayang, Diadem, I am certain that you guys will love this album. I love that. She got this in all caps in some ways, because I love it. I really hope that we can be an artist you are always proud of. Let's be happy together. Younghyun, Diadem. Finally, our new song Fearless has come out. We worked really hard to prepare a song that we love, and we believe Diadem will love it too. We did. It's because of our Diadem, who always love us and support us with a steady heart, that we have the strength to move forward. We'll repay you with even better performances. You definitely did there. Thank you and love you always. And then Irie, hello Diadem, my lovely rock kids. I love Irie. You've waited a long time for our new album, haven't you? Sorry it took so long. We really hope you love the new album, song and music video. If you're in a hard or difficult situation, we hope that you can overcome it and we get through it without fear, like our song Fearless. We can fight the nightmares. Fighting! Honestly, like I said, her words there was very similar to what she was talking about when she was talking with me, and I'm sure she was like that with everybody, but it's genuine every time, you know? Awesome. Then it's the... Oh! I'm trying not to spoil myself with the photo cards. Then it's the lyrics for Fearless. Really well presented this is, well, by the way. Then it's some... I tell you what, I'm gonna pull the photo cards out, not look at them, put them at the back. It's probably gonna be all the members, I'd imagine, but still. So there you go. 2 photos just reminding you of how absolutely beautiful they all are. Oh, sweet. So it's kind of like a tiny photo book here happening too. I love Hunjung's hair, by the way. The blonde and the blue. I will tell you guys, photos don't do justice, is one thing I'll say for these. As beautiful as these photos are. As beautiful as these photos are. As Irie. Just a slight crush. And then Jaeyoung, who again, hang on. Hang on. Oh no! It's a bit of an area. So you'll see, they got Hunjung there at the top. I'm sorry to point this out. And then when you get to Jaeyoung, can you guys see that? It says Hunjung. Sorry to point that out. But no, I was going to say about Jaeyoung. Awesome front woman, man. So great. So great. Wow. All these photos. This is a really nice... I didn't realise there'd be like a photo book here too. It's really cool. Of course, outfits from Fearless. I normally don't go through the photo books in full like this, guys, but because it's quite a short, small book, I thought I would. God, they're lovely photographs. I honestly thought that the album would just be kind of like some photo cards. Irie smiling. Some photo cards, you know, with the lyrics, some of the credits too, and of course their signatures, and the CD. But no, like I didn't expect there to be this like really nice photo book in there too. Awesome. Oh sweet, they got some live photos and stuff there too. And then finally, oh, I tell you. So the gentleman I mentioned earlier, who came up to me at the show, I really hope, is it Simon? Because Simon may be watching this. I just want to say, if it is, brilliant. Oh no, it's the director of the MV, that is. Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. Is it? I don't know. I don't know! Oh, the producer's name is in Korean, so sad I can't read it. So please someone let me know who the gentleman I spoke to that night was, because he was lovely. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. So right, photo card time. This is always fun. This, I'd imagine, with the amount of photo cards as there is here, it's going to be all of them, but who knows what the photos are going to be. So, Sanjung. Hang on, let me... That's better. I forgot about the whole YouTube thing. Beautiful photograph. Again, blonde and blue. Awesome. Oh. Again, God. I don't think purple has ever looked that good before. Just saying. Absolutely gorgeous photo cards these are, by the way. Beautiful photo cards. Irie? Not smiling? Well, there's a bit of a smile. There's a bit of a smile there, to be fair. The tracking's going weird, sorry guys. And then of course, Jae-young. I'm sorry I pointed out that slight error that's in the album that there's Hanjung done twice. It may just be my copy that's got that. So yeah, 5 photo cards, a signed album, personally signed, lovely photo book, and very lucky one of Aram's plectrums. So yeah guys, that was awesome. That's the first time I've done a video like this. I hope I didn't trail off too much, my ADHD going into full gear. But there's one more thing. So you may be familiar on my channel if you're a regular. I kind of, what I'm known for on this channel is I do these like ranking series. So I do an ultimate ranking series where basically I go from beginning to the most recent in a group artist or band's official discography. I go through the songs, I go one by one doing reactions every episode, and then I will put them into a list of most favorite to least favorite and rank as I go. So, you know, I've been doing I got a lot of different series on the go. Some are all caught up, some are not. So why am I talking about that with this? Well, here's the thing. The last good few ranking series I've had have been patron requested on my Patreon, but it's been a while since I've chosen myself to do one. So, I'm very happy to say that as soon as this video ends, as soon as it ends, the first episode of this will appear. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you over there. Much love.